Winter's here, and if you've ever spent winter in Japan, you already know the shocking truth about how cold it is. It's not the snow. It's not the wind. It's the indoors. Why does a country famous for technology feel like a fridge once you step inside an apartment? Today we're talking about how Japan stays warm in winter, the appliances, the traditions, and the cozy inventions that make cold homes survivable. And yes, this includes the legendary heated toilet seat. But before we get started, please take a quick moment to like, subscribe, and push that notification button to support the channel. It does make a difference and it's a lot of help. Japan gets cold. In places like Hokkaido, winter temperatures can drop to -10 degrees Celsius or more. Even Tokyo regularly dips near freezing at night during the winter season. But unlike many Western countries, most Japanese homes south of Hokkaido don't have central heating. Instead, Japan took a totally different approach. Heat the person and not the room. That philosophy gave birth to some of the most unique winter appliances you've ever seen. Let's start with the most famous one of all. The king of Japanese winter, the kotatsu. If Japan had a national winter symbol, it would be the kotatsu. A kotatsu is a low table with a heater underneath and a massive blanket trapping all the warmth inside. Most have some kind of electric heater underneath the tabletop, but I've also seen actual gas-heated ones built into the room's floor as well. You sit under it, tuck in the blanket, and suddenly life is good again. The modern electric kotatsu appeared in the 1950s, but the idea goes way back to the Edo period, when people used charcoal braziers under wooden tables. The pros? They're extremely energy efficient, they're social, cozy, and pretty addictive. The cons? Well, once inside, you will not leave, and your productivity pretty much drops to zero. Fan heaters. Fan heaters are common in Japanese apartments. They blow hot air into the room and warm things up quickly. Great for cold mornings. Some modern models even detect when you leave the room and turn off automatically. But there's a downside. Because they're blowing air, they kick up dust, they dry out the air, and your throat and nose will notice the difference. Still, if you want fast heat without waiting, these are everywhere and easy to buy. Kerosene heaters. In many places, kerosene heaters are still very popular, and they produce serious heat. But there's a catch. You will notice a trademark smell, and depending on the models, you must ventilate the room, and carbon monoxide is a real risk. Maybe the biggest one, you'll be carrying kerosene tanks like it's 1978, and you have to constantly refill the tanks. Despite that, many Japanese families swear by them, even today. Halogen and carbon heaters. These heaters don't warm the whole room, they warm you. Halogen and carbon heaters use radiant heat, like the sun. Point it at your legs and suddenly winter feels manageable. Carbon heaters last a bit longer and feel slightly softer, while halogen heaters are cheaper and more common. These are perfect for small places, under desks, in bathrooms, and if your apartment's really small. They're not so great for larger rooms, or for heating multiple people who are arguing over the heater direction. Electric carpets and blankets. Because of the lack of central heating, Japanese homes are cold at floor level, and since many people in Japan sit on the floor, the solution was obvious. Heated carpets go under your feet or butt if you're sitting. Electric blankets go on your lap. They use very little power and deliver heat exactly where it's needed. The only downside? Your room slowly turns into a spider web of extension cords. Air conditioners. In Japan, air conditioners are used year-round. Modern units are very efficient, but heating with AC can get expensive, especially in poorly insulated homes, and like fan heaters, they can dry the air significantly. They're great for warming an entire room relatively quickly, but many people use them together with smaller heaters to save money. Which brings us to a very Japanese strategy. Dehumidifiers. Winter air in Japan is cold and damp. Desiccant-style dehumidifiers remove moisture and release warm air as a byproduct. People buy them to dry clothes indoors, and accidentally at the same time heat the room. The bonus? Less mold in all your clothes and everything, faster laundry drying, and they do contribute to a slight warmth in temperature. Not exactly cozy and not an obvious source of heat, but quietly effective on some levels. Heated toilet seats. The first time you sit on a heated toilet seat in winter, something changes inside of you. Suddenly, you understand Japan. Originally designed to prevent cold shock in winter, heated toilet seats are now standard across the country. The downside? Once you get used to them, you can never go back again. Futon dryers. Futon dryers are a tool that serve a few purposes. They blow warm air directly into your bedding if you're using futons. They will warm your futon, they'll kill dust mites, and they dry shoes and clothes if you use them for that as well. And getting into a freshly warmed futon on a freezing night is one of life's underrated pleasures. Hot pot. Finally, we have nabe. Japanese hot pot, or nabe, isn't a heater, but it does warm the room, your hands, and your tummy. You can eat it at the kotatsu, and congratulations, you've unlocked maximum winter efficiency. Here's a surprising fact. Historically, Japanese homes were designed for summer and not winter. Thin walls with open airflow and little insulation helped survive very humid and hot summers, but winters were endured using layers of clothing, charcoal braziers, heated floors like early irori hearths. Instead of changing architecture, Japan evolved appliances that heat people directly. That's why even today winter in Japan feels cold inside, but you can also feel incredibly cozy at the same time. So, yes, Japanese homes are cold. But Japan didn't just fight the winter cold, it adapted with some uniquely Japanese ideas. With kotatsu, heated carpets, futon dryers, and yes, even warm toilet seats, winter becomes something you can lean into instead of trying to escape. Cold outside, cozy inside, as long as you don't leave the kotatsu. How do you stay warm in winter in Japan? Drop your winter survival methods in the comments. Hit the like if you've learned something new, and subscribe for more casual deep dives into everyday life in Japan. Stay warm, or at least stay cozy.